A seismic change to our country's asylum policies. The Trump administration now telling Central Americans who want free and easy entrance and access into the United States of America simply by saying they fear returning home, that if you're safe in Mexico, guess what? Stay there. Hundreds of thousands of Hondurans, El Salvadorans, and Guatemalans who once could legally claim asylum here will now need to claim asylum in Mexico. Makes sense, right? The White House now saying, and I quote, if you are fleeing an oppressive government and have a legitimate claim to asylum, then you will receive it, but about 90% of these claims are proven fraudulent in court. To claim asylum fraudulently, remember, is illegal. So will this massive change cut down on the number of illegal immigrants flowing through our southern border, as the administration hopes? Joining me right now with reaction, Army combat veteran and Turning Point USA spokesperson, Graham Allen. Graham, welcome back. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. It's, again, innovative, creative. This administration has found interesting workarounds. And this is one that kind of seems to make sense, right? In other words, Mexico is a good place, pretty much, right? And if you're trying to flee from Honduras because you are fearful of going back to Honduras, you can go to Mexico and start over there, or at least apply for asylum there. What do you think of it?
Well, it makes sense to me, unless you listen to Nancy Pelosi or AOC or certain members of Congress who say that this is an egregious overstep by the president, and the president is not doing his job, and he's actually being a dictator and a tyrant. Well, I would say it seems to me that Congress isn't doing their job because they're not actively working with the president to address this non-manufactured crisis at the border. In May, we had 144,000 people come over to our borders. In June, we had 104. We had a 28% decrease because of what the president put pressure on Mexico. So Congress won't help our president out. So President Trump decides, well, you know what? I'm just going to do something that makes a lot of sense. If you are seeking asylum and you are fleeing a country, seek asylum in the country in which you currently find yourself.
No, it's interesting, your point about Mexico actually starting to help a little bit. And that was, of course, the threat of tariffs, pretty big tariffs, which would have been disastrous for their economy. Not great for ours, but disastrous for them. And you see, you know, China is losing all kinds of American business right now. So he knows that these tools, these weapons, so to speak, financial weapons, really do work. So again, creative. Graham, I got to ask you about this because much reported ICE raids, they did get underway this weekend, right? Kicking off demonstrations in Denver where protesters actually took down an American flag. They defaced it. They added a Mexican flag. Former Colorado Governor Democrat John Hickenlooper, of course, is running for president, and he's out there refusing to condemn this. Let me just ask, you know, as a veteran, how do you react to all that?
Well, I'm going to try to compose my words as respectfully as possible. And honestly, I don't want to answer this as a veteran. I want to answer this as an American. And I think, like most Americans, I watched that video and I couldn't believe exactly what I was witnessing. To put it in full perspective, let me change the narrative. A group of Americans go to a Mexican facility, at a Mexican government facility, take down the Mexican flag, and then raise the American flag. That would be considered an act of war or an act of invasion. It is amazing to me that we are in this process. And honestly,
yeah, but
if we're
you're
going
saying
back
Americans.
to the veterans,
I don't know if the analogy is perfect. Were these Mexicans that were doing this? I think there were a lot of Americans that were participating in it, too.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Flip the narrative to where if Americans were going to another country, taking that country's flag down and then raising the American flag in that thing.
Okay, I think we're talking past each other. Just to clarify, these are Americans that are taking down the American flag. There's not Mexicans taking down the American flag. So the analogy is not perfect, right?
ICE protesters. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
and
no,
honestly,
I hear you. Not great. And I would just say, as a
veterans.
veteran, you should be especially sad, right? You fought for this country. You fought for that flag. And it's tough, I think, to see something like that. Anyway, Graham, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.